what is the nodes? So I will tell you later. So branch, this one, the line we call it branch, so represent the gain. Okay, so this is the important thing that you need to follow. So variable at nodes is the summation of all incoming signal into the nodes. Okay, so I will show you this one. The summation junction, yep, summation junction is a node, right? Okay, node, let's mean like circle like this lah, is like a node. Input node, we only have the outgoing branch. For example, this input going out. Okay, and the output will be consist of incoming branch. Okay, okay. So for example, like y equal to mx plus c. So the output is y, and then the input is the input is x and c, right? And then the gain is m and also 1. So how to draw the signal flow graph? So you got it, the input, two input, x and c. So you draw the nodes. You draw the circle. Okay, this one we call node, two nodes, and then the output also have one node. And then you draw the branch and the branch. And what is the gain? Is m and 1. Okay, same thing like this one lah. Right. So one input can be to multiple output. Okay. So example 2.1. Okay. So I need to draw. Okay. Example 2.1. Okay. So now you have this block diagram. G1 and G2 and also C and R. Okay, so the input is R and the output is C. Okay, so how to draw it? Remember, output it become a nodes. So this one R. Input become the nodes. All right, and also the output is also the nodes. Okay, C. Right, and then you can draw this branch. Draw this branch. And then what is mean this one is G1 and G2. So G1, G2. Okay. Clear? Alright. So this one A. And number B. Let's say you have G1. Page 1. Page 2. Plus minus. Okay. So the input is R and then the output is C. Okay, so you got this block diagram. Okay, so how to draw the signal flow graph? First of all, you draw the nodes for the input and draw the nodes for the output. C. Okay, and then second step is you need to identify the summation, right? Okay, this one make it is A. Okay, this is one summation A. Okay, make it A, right? And final one. Okay, this one you can combine. A summation and junction you can combine. So this one make it is B, the symbol B, right? Then after that you found the junction again, make it is D, because this one C lah. So I use the symbol D. A, B, D. Okay. So that's mean you got it 3 nodes A, B, and D. So this one you draw, this one A, and this one B. Okay, and this one is B. Right? Then you draw the branch. Sum, 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 and sum. Okay. This one have an arrow there, arrow and arrow. So the value for R to A is 1, and then the value for D to C is 1. Okay, clear? And the second step is you draw what we call it, the straight one first. The gain for straight one is G1. So this one will become G1. Okay. And then B to D is equal to G2. Done. And then after that, you draw the feedback. Alright. So D to B, D to B. Here. So the arrow like this one. D to B is H1. But need to look at the symbol minus. So that means it become minus H1. Okay. So far so good? Clear? Clear?
Clear.
Boleh.
Okay. Tanya okay. So B, this one, the feedback H2. So B going to A, right? The symbol is like this because look at this, okay? And then the value is minus H2. Why minus? So this one. Okay. So you have complete draw your signal flow graph. Then we want to know how to get it the equation from here. Okay, boleh? Okay, so I will look at this one first. Okay, now you have one summation, summation number 2, and one junction. Okay, and one we call it junction and also summation. So first of all, you make it the nodes for input, alright, and then the node for the output. Okay, done. And then this one can become one node, which is we put a symbol A, and after that this one also can become one node, summation, okay, B, and junction D, and E and F. Alright, you also can combine it, right? Actually, you also can combine it. If you don't want to combine it, so you can make it is one node and one node. However, the gain will be 1. Okay, boleh nampak? Okay, then you draw the first straight line first. 1, R to A is 1, A to B is G1, B to D is G2, right? So D to E is G3, and E to F is 1, and F to C is 1. Okay, and then you draw from D to F. D to F is G4. Okay, and it's plus because this one plus. Okay, and E from here to B, H2, E to here to B is minus H2. Okay, and E also have H1 going to A. So E also have H1 going to A. So minus, minus because of this one, minus. H2 of course this one minus. Okay. So so far so good. Do you have any question? Ada tak? Okay. No?
Question.
Alright. So I give you some tips. Is when you find this junction and summation, so I suggest you do not combine because the junction at the left. So if you can find it, the junction at the right or the summation, you can combine. It's fine. Okay. So when you got it, the signal flow graph. So how to solve it is using this formula. Y is the output and U is the input. So summation of forward pass gain Pi and also the loops all gain, right, divided with delta. Okay, what is the delta? Delta is 1 minus summation of individual loops. So what is the individual loop? I will discuss it later. and plus with production of 2 non-touching loops, right? Then minus with product of 3 non-touching loops. Okay, so after you calculate all these things, you can apply this formula, then you will got it the simplified one. Okay, so let's solve example 2.2. Alright, this one. Okay. Example 2.2. So now you got to construct signal flow and when okay. Then how to draw is G1. The H1 and R plus minus, and you got it another one. G2 plus. Okay, done. So first draw the signal flow graph lah. Okay, so what you need to do is R, okay, this one, okay, this one R, and this one is C. Okay, done. Then identify the nodes. So this one is summation A. Done. And then you find out the junction here. You can combine. Okay. Alright. And then this B. Right. And B, you find the one junction here. You also can combine. Okay. So only 2 nodes. So this one A, and this one also B. So from R to A here is 1, from B to C is 1. Okay, and then A to B is G1, and also A to B here is G2. Okay, and also B to here A minus H1. Okay, so you are done. Draw the signal graph. Okay, then our output, we will use this equation is equal to summation Pi delta I over delta. Okay, alright, so this one number 1. Number 2, there is the step. So you need to find the Pi first. Okay, Pi. Pi is mean the forward pass gain. Jalan terus. Okay, right. So when you look at here, right, how many forward pass gain that you have? So I start with P1. Okay, forward pass gain, that means from the input it will go forward, right? So the first one is R. Okay, gain, only gain, that means 1 and G1 and 1 or H1. Okay, so first, what do you have forward pass gain? P1 is 1 times G1 times 1, forward, right? Only forward. Okay, so 1 times G1 times 1, so you got it is G1. Okay, right? So number 1. Okay, is it another forward pass gain? P2, 1, G2, and 1. Okay, 1, G2, and 1. So you got it G2. Okay, this is the forward. Okay, this one going to this and going to this. Clear? Is it clear? Boleh?
Boleh.
Huh? Okay. Alright. How about another one? 1, G1 and H1? No, right? So this one is not forward pass gain. Okay, so you only got it only P1 and P2. Okay, then next is you need to solve first the delta. This one first. So delta, the formula is 1 minus summation individual loop gain. In the loop plus with product non how to find it, two non touching minus with product 3 non touching. Okay, something like that lah. Okay, so first of all, in this step number 3, you need to find the individual loops. Okay, so let's say I have L1 first. Okay, I want to find the L1 first. Right. So look at which loop. Okay, so we got it. Okay. Now this one is G2, and then you got it minus H1. This is A and B. Okay. Okay. This one is one loop, right? Okay. In this case, need to draw here. Okay. So G1, G2, and going to this guy. So this one is loop L1. That means these two and H1, right? So one loop. So you got it is G2 minus G2 H1. Okay. Boleh faham tak? Yang ni one loop. So this one, the one biggest loop, right? It start from A, then it will end at A. Okay. Any question? Ada apa soalan? Ada tak? No.
Ada.
Wah, akhirnya. Okay. L2. Try to find the L2. Okay. So you got it is G1, G1, and also this one is minus H1. So this one A and B. Okay. So the loop number 2 is G1, okay, and minus H1. Okay. What you got it is minus G1 H1. Okay, so you already got it is individual loops, right? Because the formula is summation of individual loop. Now we want to find the product, all right? The product to non-touching. Okay, so in this case, look at the individual loop L1 and L2. This one L1, and this one is L2, right? So is it these two loop is touching each other? Dia bersentuh tak? It's touching, right? Because it's touching at A and A, right? Dia bersentuh kan? It start from one node, right? It end at A, and another loop is start from A also. It will end at A, right? So it's touching each other. Okay, so that's mean this one you don't have it, 0. Okay, and then C, product of 3 non-touching loop, of course lah you tak ada juga. Okay, right, this one clear? Okay, then the final one you can find delta 1 minus L1 plus L2. Okay, that's it. And plus 0 minus 0 lah. So that's it. So done. First, find the PI, then second find the delta. Delta 1 minus L1 plus L2, where the L1 is minus G2H1, L2 is minus G1H1. So far, do you have any question? Ada apa soalan?
No.
Ada apa soalan tanya? Tak ada eh?
No, sir.
Okay, boleh saya delete? So lepas ni tak ada, lepas ni tak ada Ctrl Z eh? Okay. Right. So last one, you want to find the delta I. Okay. So formula dia, the solution is quite long lah kan. So PI delta I delta. So we done PI, we done delta, we done delta I. Okay. So number 3 or number 4. Okay. Number 4, you want to find the delta I. Okay. What is mean delta I? The value of delta with all loop gain touching PI are dropped. So you want to drop the value. Okay. So that's mean you got it is delta 1 plus L1 and 1 minus L1 plus L2, where your L1 is equal to minus G2H1 and L2 minus G1H1. Okay. So now you want to find the, and then you also got P1 is G1 and P2 is G2. This is the forward pass gain, and this one is delta. Then you want to find the delta 1. Okay. So how to find the delta 1? Delta 1 is from 1 minus L1 plus L2. Okay, this one. And delta 2 also same, 1 minus L1 plus L2, same. So now drop the loops that touch the forward pass gain. Okay, so now look at the L1. Right, L1, is it have the forward pass gain? Yep, L1 here, it have the G2. Yep, it touch the forward pass gain. Faham tak? Do you understand? Right? So L1 have G2, it touch the forward pass gain. So that means you drop, cancel. Okay. L2, it have G1, it touch the forward pass gain number 1. So you also drop it. Okay. So the final one you got is 1. Okay. Clear? Okay. So now the delta 2 is L1 also okay, sorry about it. Delta 1 is that mean it touch the forward pass gain G1. Okay, delta 1. So that means L1 is touch the G1. Okay. Alright. L2 also is touch the or we call it G1 also. Okay. Okay. So that means for delta 2, L1, it also touch the forward pass gain drop, and L2 it also touch the forward pass gain drop. So now you got it is 1. Okay. So far so good tak? Faham tak? Boleh faham tak? When I mention it. Boleh tak?
Boleh.
Okay. Or you want me to repeat again? Nak repeat tak? Tak nak? Nanti data habis.
Repeat.
Ya. Kenapa?
Paling paling sikit tapi aku
Pening kepala?
Ah.
Kenapa?
still cannot
Boleh je
write
repeat balik kot.
around.
Okay, repeat balik Alright, itulah dah chapter ni yang besar sikit. So kurang faham sikit yang ni. Okay, saya ulang balik. R1, C, A and B. And this one 1 and 1. Salah. Okay, saya jangan pangkau. Okay. Okay. So L1, the first one is L1, this one, right? Okay, this the blue color one is L1, right? Okay, the blue color one is L1. Then L1, it touch the forward sparking number 1, right? G1. Okay, it touch kan? Ni, loop ni, dia bersentuh dengan apa ni P1 iaitu G1. Okay, dia bersentuh. Okay, that's mean you drop kan? That's mean you drop lah. Okay. Lukis pun nampak. Yang ni clear? Any question? No. Okay. Alright. So, okay. Then for the L2, this one the loop L2, okay, it also touch the what we call it, okay, this one is P2, right? G2 and C. Okay, G2, this one. Okay, and this one, the loop number 2, L2 is also touch forward pass 2, right? P2, right? That means you drop. Okay, clear? Right. Oh, sorry. So for the data one is L2 is also touch the forward pass 1. Okay, this one forward pass 1. Okay. Kat sini dia sentuh. Alright. So you also drop lah L2. So that means only 1. Okay. And for delta 2, L1 it also touch this one, also touch okay, this one, okay, so this one L1 also touch the forward pass gain G2. Ni forward pass gain G2 lah. Okay, touch. Okay, buang. Okay, so you need to delete. L2 also touch, delete. So just left 1 and 1 here. Okay, clear tak ni? Clear tak? Ada apa-apa soalan tak?
Clear.
Okay, tak perlu repeat lah Okay. So, number 5, you can apply the formula. Okay. So, C over R summation of Pi delta I over delta. So, summation Pi, that means P1, you multiply with P1 delta 1 plus with P2 delta 2 divided with delta. Okay, so P1 is G1, delta 1 is 1, alright, 1 plus P2 is G2 divided with delta 1 minus L1 plus L2. Okay, so this is the okay, so but then you need to put lah L1 is minus G2 H1, L2 is minus G1 H1. Right? So simple when compare between the block diagram manipulation. Okay, simple boleh? Boleh. Alright, so you also can, that means using the signal flow graph, you also can check back whether you do your block diagram is correct or not. You also can check. Okay, macam ni kan, you dapat macam ni, right? So this is the block diagram, right? Block diagram. Okay, so this one the input FA, this one A, right, and B, okay, and C, D, A, B, D, alright. When you solve it using the signal flow graph, you will get it the same equation. Okay, awak akan dapat equation sama, right? So when you use the signal flow graph. Okay. Also with this one, you can use the signal flow graph, alright, and then you can check and then you will get it the same equation. Okay. So that's it for example 2.2. Okay. Alright. So let's solve example 2.3. Okay. 2.3. Last one. Okay, the last one. Last one. Yay. Last one. Yay, 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 yay. Okay. Alright. This and okay, blah blah. Okay, done. Okay, first one, you need to find the forward path gain. Okay, in this case, the forward path gain will be like this one. Okay, sorry. Okay, right. Okay, so I need to draw it again. This one is already show 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, X and Y, then you got it here, then you got it here, then you got it here. So this one minus H1 minus H2, this one G6, G2, G3, and also G4. Wow, okay. Oh, this one G1, G5. Okay. So first, find the forward path gain Pi. So now we got it P1. P1 that means straight G1, G2, G3, G4, G5. Okay, G1, G2, G3, G4, G5. Okay, done. Another thing, P2 is it exists G1, G6, G5, G1, G6, and also G5. Okay, clear? Another one, G1, G2, oh cannot. G1, G2, G3, G4, G6, oh cannot. So that means you only got it only one forward path gain. Done. And then number 2, you need to find the individual loops. Okay, number 2, we want to find the delta first, but we need to find the individual loops. Okay, so how many loop that you have right now? Berapa ada? Ini. Okay, 1 and also 2 and also G6. G6, oh cannot, right? Awak nak try G6 kan, and then oh kena block, right? Boleh. So you only have only 2 loops, which is L1 equal to minus G2 H1, and then you got it L2 minus G4 H2. Okay. Boleh clear okay, right. So and then number B, product of product to non-touching. So you look at the loop 1 and loop 2. Is it touch each other? Sentuh tak? Sentuh tak? Tak kan?
Tak.
Tak kan? This
Tak sentuh,
one
tak sentuh.
tak sentuh, tak sentuh. That means you will got it is L1 and L2. Product that means you need to multiply lah L1 and L2. Okay. Then number 3, do you have product 3 non-touching loop? Ada tak? Loop pun ada 2 je. There are only 2 loops, right? So number 3, it doesn't exist. So now you can find delta 1 minus summation of loop. That means L1 plus L2 and then plus with product. So you got it L1 and L2. Done. So this one done. Okay. Alright. And then the last one, this one that you need to drop lah. Okay. So number 3, you need to drop. So delta 1 is equal to 1 minus L1 plus L2 plus with L1, L2. Okay, so let's check whether this one touch with P1. So P1, you got it G1, G2, G3, G4, G5. So when we look at this one, G1, G2, G3, G5, that means this is the forward pass gain again. Okay. So we look at that means the L1 loop number 1, right? It touch with the forward pass gain, and loop number 2 also touch with the forward pass gain. Okay. So if you want to check it, is just look at the L1. It also have the gain 2, right? So this one touch it here. Okay. So you can drop it. So this one L1 drop. Okay. And also this one drop. L2, they also have the G4, it targets this one for pass gain here. So you also drop some and drop here. Then you got it only 1. Done. And delta 2, 1 minus L1 plus L2 plus L1, L2, and forward pass gain 2, G1, G6, G5. Okay, so look at this one. L1 forward pass gain 2, that means okay, blue color. Okay, right. So that means you have a G1, G6, and G5. So L1 here is also touch the G1, G4, and G1. Okay. So if you look at this one, yep, this loop touch at this one. So that means you can drop it the L1. Okay. So L2 you also can drop it, right? Because it's also touch with this one. Okay. Then you drop, and then you can just leave it 1. Okay. Boleh tak? So far so good tak? Faham tak ni?
So far so good.
So far so good. Okay. Alright. And then finally you can find the number 4, the formula lah. Okay, y over x equal to P1 you time with the what we call it, the 1 plus P2 times with 1. So P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 divided with delta. Okay, so from this one you can find lah, you can solve it, right, so that you can get it to the simplest one. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan tak? For me, for this drop, right, if you want to drop it, right, I suggest you to draw it again, right? This on the pass number 2, and then you can look at, oh, this loop touch with this pass, right? touch this pass. This loop also touch with this pass. Right? For me, I suggest you to draw lah. Okay? You cannot just look at L1 have a G2. Yep, you cannot look at that one. Okay? Because if you look at this one and then you compare with the G1, yeah, G1 don't you compare with the past 2, that means don't have G2 and then you don't cancel it. No, right? So for me, you just draw this one, and then you look at this loop touch this loop touch this. Okay. Alright. Any question? No? Ada apa-apa soalan? Nak copy? Okay. No Ada apa soalan? No. Okay.
No, sir.
So so later on we will do next week we will do this one. Okay. To make sure that we can understand. So this one, when you look at, there is one loop that you will not cancel, you will not drop. Okay. Alright. So any question? Tak ada? No?
No,
That's it? Okay. So that's it for today. Thank you for your attendance. Alright. So we see you again on Sunday. Alright. Okay. Bye bye. Good evening.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Happy weekend, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Doctor,
Welcome.
untuk assignment